Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to another episode in the Outfit Battles series. However, this is going to be a little bit different. As usual, we're going to run through the results of the last episode. However, this episode is going to be featuring the loadouts of some of your favourite TF2 YouTubers. I've been in contact with many YouTubers via Twitter, Discord, etc. and I've managed to put together some really awesome matchups. I'd like to ask that you don't take their popularity or their videos into account, and your vote is purely based off of how their cosmetics work together, and overall which loadout you feel is nicer. So real quick, we're going to be going over the results from the last episode. So first off, we have the medic, and I'd just like to say in the straw poll I got the names wrong. So Starach's medic actually beat Kai's medic. There was a total of 329 votes, and Starach's medic got 66% of them. Round 2 was the engineer, with Stickbro Gaming receiving 97 votes and Miwix Engineer receiving 192. 289 votes were cast in total, and Miwix Engineer received 66% of them. Much closer was the Pyro. Onion 1337's loadout ended up winning with a total of 154 votes. Fedora's Pyro loadout was 127 votes, which took up 45% of the 281 votes cast. Round 4 was between the soldiers InWave and Virtual EXE. InWave won this one by quite a large kind of landslide, I guess you could say, with 179 votes compared to the 107 of Virtual EXE. 286 votes were cast in total, and 63% of them went to InWave. And finally, we had the Scalp, which was so close, the closest we've had on the series, with just 4 votes differentiating the winners. Since Scout ended up winning with 142 votes in comparison to Eclipse's 138. It was a 51 to 49% split with 280 votes cast in total. So now that's out the way guys, let's get into the first YouTuber edition of the Outfit Battles series. So this one's going to be really interesting. A good friend of mine being Flair has recently returned to TF2 YouTube and he's back with a bang. This loadout consists of a purple energy rotation sensation, a community sparkle blapature badge, and pink painted Macho Man. I love how the pink paint on the rotation along with the pink paint on the Macho Man work with the purple energy effect. And some interesting story on the rotation sensation is that I actually sold it to him. He's got unusual weapons as well, as you can see, and overall it's just a pretty cool loadout. One thing I will say is I'm not too sure on how the green unusual weapon effect really goes with the purple and pink themes of the loadout. However, these are some really nice items individually. This is going to be going up against Sony's Demoman. Sony's Demoman loadout is a lot less flashy. However, it consists of a steaming Hustler's Hallmark, once again a self-made community sparkle blapature badge, and a team painted strange summer shades. I love how the white paint on the Hustler's Hallmark has just that red stripe going around the top of it, and it really does look good with the team painted sunglasses. And the steaming effect goes perfectly with the 72 effect he has on his bagpipe taunts. The colour coordination on both of these loadouts are great, and the self-made blapature badge instantly gives him a special place in my heart. I just love how the silver lines of the 72 blend in with the steaming effect. Nonetheless, these are two really nice loadouts individually, and it's going to be interesting to see what you guys vote. So, we've just had the Demoman. Next up, we've got the Medic. Our first Medic loadout is going to be the Medic belonging to Medi Excalibur 2012. I'm sure many of you know him for such classics as A Ray 7, Once Travis D. Nonetheless though, this awesome loadout consists of the following. It has a steaming blighted beak along with a smoking vintage Tyrolean. One thing I really do like about this loadout is how the smoking and the steaming work well together. On their own, they're really not too noticeable, and I mean, even when paired together, they're not too flashy. There's also an unusual effect on the Shred Alert, which really does kind of bring some colour to this, otherwise really kind of, not necessarily bland, but pale loadout. Overall, I just love how simplistic it is. There's really nothing overly flashy, excluding that Halloween taunt about it, and the cosmetics really do complement each other well. And whilst we're on the topic of simplistic Medic loadouts, here we have Medic_Man's loadout. Now, Medic Man's loadout is once again really simple. However, I love how these team coloured cosmetics work together. We've got a medical monarch along with a Berlin brain bowl, finished off with a virtual viewfinder. I love how like these are so brightly team coloured. You've got the red stripe going down the helmet of the brain bucket, and the red flashiness of the viewfinder, and the red on the medical monarch as well. I just really do love how kind of like team coloured it is, and like how brightly team coloured it is without any paint whatsoever. There's really nothing crazy about this loadout, no big unusual effects, no unusual weapons, etc. These are just really simple cosmetics that work really well together, both colour wise and just stylistically. So next up we have the Pyro, and I'm not going to be taking part in this one. However, these two Pyro loadouts themselves are really nice, and it's going to be interesting to see who you guys go for. So the first Pyro loadout we're going to be looking at is Dicey's Pyro loadout. This loadout consists of a black painted Winter Wonderland wrap, a black painted Burning Nappa's Respite, and a Dead of Night. It's really refreshing to see some Pyro loadouts that don't use the Sub-Zero suit in the last breath. Anyway, moving swiftly on, I love the black paint on the Nappa's Respite. The colours work perfectly together, blending in with that orange, and they really do contrast each other well. The black painted Winter Wonderland is really subtle and makes the orange of the Nappa's Respite bounce even more. The Dead of Night is very subtle colouring once again with those kind of dark brown shades, and really does once again just kind of emphasise the orange of the burning flames and the orange of the Nappa's Respite as a hat. Even the Dragon Slayer shotgun fits into this colour scheme with this kind of like yellowy orange burning kind of sensation. Overall, I just love how coordinated this loadout is, and it's really refreshing, honestly. It's a really refreshing Pyro loadout. And whilst we're on the topic of refreshing Pyro loadouts, here's our second Pyro loadout belonging to Chloe. Now, Chloe's Pyro loadout consists of a Sunbeam's Old Guadalajara, a strange Cypher Saw Eyes, and a strange Tuxie. Now, once again, no Sub-Zero suit, no last breath. Ahem! Now that my throat is definitely cleared, I just love the Cypher Saw Eyes and how generally they're not taken too seriously, but with the Tuxie and the Old Guadalajara, they really don't look too out of place. The Tuxie almost formalises this loadout and doesn't make it look too wacky, and almost neutralises the Cypher Saw Eyes, and the Sunbeams effect looks great along with the unusual effect of Energy Orb on that flamethrower. These are two great loadouts, with some great individual items and unusuals, and it's going to be very interesting to see what you guys end up preferring. So up next, our matchup is the Scalp. And we've got the big boy Glossy Gaming Scalp loadout consisting of the Flapjack, the Grease Lightning, and a strange Burning Bonk Boy. This is an absolutely classic loadout, and the Burning Bonk Boy is a staple of a lot of high tier traders' backpacks and loadouts, and it just works really well. It's not screaming like the fact that it's an expensive loadout, because the Grease Lightning itself isn't actually unusual, and I'm sure a lot of people would look at this loadout and think it's the Grease Lightning that's unusual, and don't actually realise that it's a lot more expensive than it looks. The Shot to Hell Scattergun goes perfectly with the burning flames of the Bonk Boy, and overall it's just a really nice clean loadout. The Grease Lightning really isn't too loud of a hat, and the Flapjack goes perfectly with it as well. The brown colour of the hair and the brown colour of the undershirt of the Flapjack just look perfectly, really make the red of the Bonk Boy bounce. So here's a bit of a contrast. This is Scouter's Scout loadout. This Scout loadout is a winter themed loadout with a strange brown bomber, a strange thermal tracker, and strange Brooklyn booties. There's also a unusual flower power shotgun with the effect of cool. The reason I picked this Scout loadout over the other ones that I was submitted is that I love the fact that it would contrast to going against the burning flames of the Bonk Boy and the Shot to Hell Scattergun, as we have a cool effect and a winter themed loadout. I love how the brown bomber's fur goes with the white of the thermal trackie, and you really don't notice the Brooklyn booties, but then when you know they're there, it's kind of one of them things that you can't unsee. It just really does blend in well. It's a really subtle loadout, and it just works really well. It's not too flashy whatsoever. So finishing off this video, we have two spy loadouts. Our first spy loadout is coming from the main man himself, Woolen Sleeveless, coming through with a purple energy No Mercy and a circling hearts Cosa Nostra cap. Now, when I was huge in the trading scene, I'd trade every day, go and trade servers every day. I even bought this loadout and replicated it. I bought the exact same combo of the Phantom and the Cosa. I may have got the effects the wrong way around, but it looked identical. And I was rocking that loadout for quite some time. I love how the purple energy works with the circling hearts with these kind of pink shades. And overall, this is just a really nice loadout. The effects combo is absolutely perfect. Great colour coordination, and there's no other misc excluding a Highlander Premiership gold medal. So that really does work nicely. You really don't need anything else too flashy on this loadout. The colours are perfect and it's just really clean. Going up against this, however, we have Dewlander's spy loadout. Now, Dewlander's spy loadout may be a bit more expensive. This isn't the main spy loadout that Dewlander uses, however, it features the following: the Brimstone, the Exorcist, and the Burning Flames No Mercy to give this kind of devil theme. Now, Dewlander, unless you missed it, I made a video with him a while ago, and he has a huge unusual collection and a lot of unusual No Mercies. However, I love how he's kind of gone with the devil theme and then the Exorcist as the misc. So we've got these devil horns, this burning No Mercy to give this like burning in hell devil theme, and then the Exorcist, which completely neutralizes it. So really nice looking loadout. The cosmetics work great together. I really like the theme he's gone for, and it's going to be interesting to see who you guys think wins. Does the burning No Mercy overpower the color coordination of woolens? That's up for you guys to decide. But guys, that is just about it for this video. If you did enjoy, please do remember to leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below, along with if you'd like me to do another YouTuber edition. I've got a ton of people in mind, and it'd be really awesome if you guys wanted to see it. So let me know what YouTubers you'd like to see, let the YouTubers you'd like to see know that you'd like to see them, and yeah guys, thanks so much for watching, and peace. Try my best to pass time, and you didn't even